Habs win 3-2 in overtime on home ice in Le Centre Bell to go up 2-1 over the Vegas Golden Refs. No, wait, the Vegas Golden Knights. Let me start off talking about the referees in this game, because I just feel like it. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to yell, maybe, I don't know. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I am not one. Nope. But maybe you're a father. So happy Father's Day. I gotta compose myself, because that was one of, if not the worst officiated game I've ever seen in my entire life. You have one job, and it's to ref. Call the game by the rule book. Now, what other job can you be that bad at and still have your job? What other job are you not held accountable for your mistakes? Why do we protect Chris Lee so much? Chris Lee. And I think he's officiating game number 4 tonight. I was so heated. The entire game was one-sided. And yeah, Montreal coming out of the gate, not hot for like 2 periods, like a period and a half. That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. But the referee's completely one-sided. If you say otherwise, I'm gonna say you're stupid. Because you're stupid. That's 2 games in a row now. The Vegas Golden Knights they're not calling the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, I just want some parity. And what I mean by that is, if Vegas does something and Montreal does something, call it the same. Do not use different rule books. Roblox? Rulebooks. Don't use different sets of rules for 2 teams in the same game, because you saw Vegas get away with so much. Like every single shift there was something they were doing, and you know what? Good for them. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. So congratulations, Vegas. You tried, and all the conspiracy theories saying, oh, they paid off the refs. I don't think that's true. I don't think Gary Bettman is some genius to be like, yeah, pay the refs off. No, I don't think no. I just think the refs are incompetent at doing their jobs. Their job. Guess what their job is? To call the game! Call the game! Do your job! And I know there's this thing about, well, playoffs, they change the rules. Why? It's the rule book you've been calling all season. And of course, there will be games where the referees seem against you. And I know that's sort of confirmation bias, and you know what? You're just a Habs fan. You know what? They did things against Vegas too. God. But I took a step back and I'm like, this is awful. They're just not calling it. And there's a dozen plays you can look back at and be like, okay. And then Vegas gets some power plays, and oh my God, even the power plays that they called against Montreal were dog crap. Right from the anus, okay? It was so infuriating, because you look at the Islanders-Tampa series and you look at this series, and the refs are changing series by the way they make idiotic calls. So dumb. Just changing games, and who knows where these series would be. I'm not sure. Game number 2 and 3 horrifically officiated for this Vegas Habs series. It was just bad. And all of hockey Twitter seems to agree. Yeah, that was not good. That was just awful. It was bad. It was awful. I've never seen a game like that. No, there's one game that I can recall where that just sticks in my memory, where the refs were completely one-sided. Yeah, Habs, maybe they took a couple warranted penalties, of course, but cut those in half, because half of those weren't bad. Like, they were just normal plays that Vegas were doing the entire game. And that's what I mean about different rule books. Like, call the game! Do your jobs, please! Please! if you got a McDonald's employee and they purposely make a burger wrong and they keep making them, don't you think you'll go up to them and be like, hey, you want to talk? Is everything okay at home? I know you're making minimum wage, but still, like, you gotta do your job, you know? Like, what's going on? And you give them a slap on the wrist, right? Maybe fire them even. Maybe just put them somewhere else and give them a warning. And then get rid of them if they do it again. 3 strikes, you're out. I believe that goes in any situation. That should be a universal rule. 3 strikes, you're out. Just like baseball. America's pastime. Is baseball still America's pastime? I don't care. Wow, baseball. Wow, playoffs. Holy, I'm heated, and it's still been 2 days. That shows you that I probably shouldn't have made the video. I don't know. I needed to think about it. And the officiating was just horse crap. It was so bad. It was so bad. But Montreal doesn't help themselves this entire game. Now let's push the refs off here for a minute. Vegas, they played a great game. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Exactly. They have some talented forwards. You know, they lost Stephenson, Christopher Stevens, whatever, their first line center. Am I the only one that thinks Montreal has a way better center depth than the Vegas Golden Knights? Or is it, like, their center depth seems lackluster? William Karlsson? Not bad. He had a 40-goal season in his first year with Vegas? Okay. William Karlsson's not playing on the first line. So Alex Tuck comes in as that center. Great player, by the way. Really gutsy player. I really like him. And I'm glad Montreal drafted his brother, Luke Tuck, in the second round this past draft. I'm pretty sure they're related. Yeah. Montreal did not help themselves in the slightest. What, 8 shots going to the third or something like that? It was just bad. 8 shots, I think it was. 8. 8. Like, is in, how do you 8. Now, first goal, Nicholas Waugh for the Vegas Golden Knights. I was about to lose my mind because Carey, round of applause for Carey Price, the best player Montreal has had in the last 2 decades. Round of applause. Round of applause. If you're a Montreal Canadiens fan and you're not giving him his praise, I'm gonna go John Wick on you. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Carey Price, he made some just wacko He is guaranteed for 5 insane saves every game, it seems. Especially this playoffs. It seems he's over average at this point in saves. He's a highlight reel machine. But he gave us a chance, and then Eric Staal, who I have bashed on the entire time he's been with the Montreal Canadiens, fairly warranted. I mean, the first 2 rounds, he was one of our better players. Like, that line of Armia, Perry, and Eric Staal, they're like a pretty solid energy line. Veteran line, I'm not sure what they call it, but they're great in the offensive zone. They always get chances. They drive the net. Corey Perry, I love him so much on this team. You hate playing against him, but man, oh man, any team he's played for, they love him. And he does his job correctly. You know who doesn't do his job great? Eric Staal. Eric Staal, man. You know what? He's at the very end of his career. I wouldn't be surprised if he retired as a Montreal Canadien. Hopefully, raising that. I'm not going to say it, because we're not going to talk about that. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. Nope. Eric Staal makes one of the worst or best assists of the evening, passes it to Nicholas Waugh. And he roofs it on Carey Price, and Carey, I wouldn't have been, if I was the goalie in that situation, I will strangle Eric. I would have just chokeslammed, like, God! Like, you know what I mean? Let's put you back. Yeah. I gotta stop. I'm gonna break my tripod. I go through a lot of tripods. This is my like 5th one in my entire life. It's a lot of tripods, I feel. You know, tripods per year, you know. But after that goal, I feel like just the air was taken out of the building. I'm like, okay, that's it. Montreal, we have like 5 shots on net at that point, and Carey's playing out of his mind. He's giving us a chance, but nobody else is stepping up until the Messiah, a god amongst men. He will be a rookie next year still, your 2022 Rookie Calder winner. Cole Caulfield, a breakaway goal on Marc-Andre Fleury, who we will be talking about again. I love him so much. Cole Caulfield is the most talented player, most talented forward, scorer, whatever you want to call it, Montreal has had since the 90s. When was the last time Montreal had a goal scorer like this? Late 90s? Maybe, but nobody has had this talent. But Max Pacioretty, I don't even want to talk about him. And I love the crowd booing him. I love it. I love it so much. Why do you hate Max, Owen? I don't hate him. Hate is a very strong word. I strongly dislike him. Just because. And I feel like that's another video if it comes to that. But Cole Caulfield ties things up, and that's where I'm like, okay, we can do something here. And then second period is over. Carey Price is playing out of his mind. Marc-Andre Fleury, you know, not tested a whole lot, but Montreal got one or two okay opportunities. Cole Caulfield gets another opportunity again, but obviously he doesn't score. Score is 1-1, and we head into the third period, and the refs, hey, welcome back. Missed call after missed call after missed call, after, like it was every shift. Like, please, I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref. I love that. Chris Lee, man, what a tool. How do you have a job this long in the NHL and be that bad? That, like, horrifically bad. Bad always. Always. Oh my god. We get to the third period. Alex Pietrangelo, he's going to score. It was a rough goal on Carey. Not as rough as the next goal. And we'll get to that. But Alex Pietrangelo is probably the most effective defenseman in this playoffs. Just incredible. The Vegas isn't getting a lot of opportunities from their forwards, but I see what they're trying to do. They're taking lots of point shots, and it's worked on Carey in previous series where they just take a point shot. If there's a lot of bodies in front and Montreal is stupid, it's going to go past him, because if he can't see it, he's probably not going to stop it. But Carey saw all of this one, and it just snuck past him. And I still can't be mad at Carey for that. I cannot be mad at Carey Price for that, because he carried this team. Just Weekend at Bernie's, I believe, is the film. Just Montreal is the corpse, and Carey Price is everyone dragging the dead body around. Literally. But we get to the end of the third period, and I'm like, okay, this one's probably over. Montreal's gotten no sustained offense, no pressure, no power play opportunities when there should have been. Even though if Montreal isn't great on the power play, it still helps with momentum. Like, give us a chance, especially when we have earned that opportunity. And they just, I do not see. You know, it's infuriating. But by the grace of the hockey gods, I was saying very late in the game, like 5 minutes left, I'm like, Montreal's going to need just the weirdest, darndest goal you'll ever see to get past Marc-Andre Fleury, because hockey's a dumb sport, and you're not going to get just a clean wrist shot on him, and it's the weirdest goal I've seen all postseason. You might say, oh, Tristan Jarry's play for Pittsburgh was bad, or Varlamov in that, or was it Varlamov that? Whatever. There's been a couple weird goalie plays this postseason from every goaltender, but Marc-Andre Fleury, That's a dang it. Steve Dangle reference. I love him very much. I stan Steve Dangle. Even though I'm a Habs fan, it's a weird life I live, you know. But Josh Anderson is a guy who literally just does the one move all game where he takes a stick and he tries like he comes up the wing. Sorry, I guess it would be this arm, and he's coming up the wing and he tries to get around the defense and he tries to do a shot. It doesn't work, and he does that every single game, and it has not worked at all. But he's in the right time. He is there at the right time in the right place in the universe. The hockey gods gift him the easiest goal he will ever score, and Marc-Andre Fleury is livid. And we have a tie game. And at that very moment, I believed Montreal could do this. I'm like, okay, wait, Vegas is killable. They're very much beatable. I mean, Minnesota forced them to 7, and Minnesota, Kaprizov, that's a whole nother situation that he doesn't want to sign. I mean, I think it's just a rumor. Kaprizov is just in Russia for a wedding. That's, you know, that's, I won't get into it because this is not a Minnesota Wild channel. I mean, I guess I did a franchise mode, but I'm here to talk about Montreal, and what Montreal does is overtime in the playoffs. Unbeaten, and it stays exactly the same, but not before one of the most egregious missed penalties I've ever seen. But the puck hit him in the face, Owen! Slow it down, look at it. Corey Perry gets his nose almost Voldemorted. Like, just, Harry Potter, the boy who lived, you know? You know? But, holy Jesus. Corey Perry is down on the ice bleeding. He has to go back to the locker room, and where's the penalty? That's what we would have been talking about up until this game if Vegas had have won that game. But somehow, the hockey gods gifted us yet another one, and a great play from Kotkaniemi and Paul Byron. You know, Josh Anderson's the man who scored the goal and really set the puck down, but Paul Byron, the speedy bastard that he is, we don't call him the Flash for nothing. Kotkaniemi just throws a pass, and Josh Anderson knocks it down. No high stick. These dumb refs, I would not have been surprised if they would, let's call it back, man. Like, they were that bad this game, even though it was clearly a goal, nothing to overturn it. Josh Anderson gets it down on the ice, gets offensive pressure. Paul Byron skates in with the puck, keeps it on the ice. Nifty pass to Josh Anderson, and that's a wrap. We stay in Montreal, but it is a 2-1 series lead. Now, I'm gonna say something just to end this episode. The Montreal Canadiens are 2 wins away. 2 wins away from beating the second best team in the NHL this regular season. Always a playoff and Stanley Cup contender, the Vegas Golden Knights. 2 wins. Okay, 2 wins. That's awesome. 6 wins away from a Stanley Cup. 2 wins even get to the dance is going to be a mountain to climb. It's going to be Everest. But Vegas is beatable. And Montreal, are they that magical team this year? Are they Nashville of years past? Are they like Dallas last year? I mean, it's Corey Perry's team. You never know. 6 wins. You don't know what I'd do. I would just be on a bender for like 2 months if Montreal does the thing. But I'm not going to get that far ahead. I won't talk about it because I believe in jinxing. Montreal up 2-1 in this series, which is insane because everybody had Vegas sweeping or Vegas in 5. What are you going to do now, salty Leaf fans? Woo! Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share this with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I will see you game number 4. Ciao.